Tucker Carlson, a very good guy, is exactly right. The number one reason the totally corrupt Biden administration and the sick Washington establishment are after me is because I stand up to their failed foreign policy agenda.
Former President Donald Trump gives a furious and divisive address, offering an unexpected surprise while praising the divisive television host Tucker Carlson. As he unleashes his trademark invective on globalists and deep-staters, Trump's backing for Carlson fuels speculation and intrigue while further dividing the nation. This is an unprecedented political roller coaster. Let's have a ride. In an undisclosed venue, Donald Trump held an address in a crowded stadium, attracting his devoted supporters with his trademark bomber speech. While the crowd anticipated his next move, Trump stunned many by expressing his admiration for Tucker Carlson, a controversial figure who had created a reputation for himself in conservative television. Trump blatantly complimented Tucker Carlson while lashing out against globalists and deep-staters. Understanding Tucker Carlson's significance in the current American media landscape is important before diving into Trump's venomous remarks. A popular primetime program on Fox News, Tucker Carlson Tonight, is hosted by Carlson, who has amassed a considerable fan base due to his unabashedly conservative news. Due to his confrontational interviewing style and incendiary statements, Carlson had become a focal point for both favorable and negative feedback. In his address, Trump vehemently denounced globalists and deep-staters, a phrase he coined to characterize a supposedly elite group operating in the public and commercial sectors who, in his opinion, endangered American interests. In the setting, Obama commended Tucker Carlson for his brave questioning of the current quo and confrontation of strong institutions. The thunderous ovation from the audience followed Trump's remarks, demonstrating the resonance his vitriol still had with his fans. Trump claimed that Tucker Carlson's accusations of significant voter fraud in the 2020 election were unsupported by any proof. It's critical to remember that several courts, including the Supreme Court, rejected Trump's election-related allegations due to a lack of supporting documentation. Election officials from both parties and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency declared the election the safest in American history. The Department of Justice did not find proof that might have changed the election outcome. President Trump criticized Tucker Carlson for his interview with a whistleblower who said the National Security Agency was watching him. While the specifics of the alleged monitoring are still up for debate, it's critical to understand that the NSA is only authorized to gather foreign information and does not have the authority to monitor American individuals without a court order. The NSA asserted that the whistleblower's accusations were false and rejected them. It's important to remember that both assertions have been thoroughly examined and refuted by several trustworthy sources. The absence of supporting information and the denial of legal challenges raise questions about the accuracy of these claims. But it's crucial to remember that appealing language can sway public perception without unbiased proof. The political rifts within the conservative movement were made clear by Trump's angry outburst against Tucker Carlson. These statements should be scrutinized in light of the material and professional judgment, even though some of his fans may find them compelling. The bond between former President Donald Trump and broadcaster Tucker Carlson had captured the nation's interest, as seen by Trump's surprising affection for Carlson during a furious outburst against globalists and deep-staters. According to Nielsen ratings, his program consistently ranks among the highest-rated cable news programs, drawing in millions of viewers each night. With a viewership of about 4.3 million, Tucker Carlson Tonight was one of the most watched cable news programs in 2020. Carlson's influence extends beyond television because of the millions of social media followers he has gained through his online presence and the viral moments he has produced that have sparked public dialogue. Trump has consistently received positive reviews from his devoted supporters throughout his presidency. According to Gallup, he maintained an average approval rating of roughly 40% during his administration. Trump's backing of political candidates during the Republican primary and special elections in 2020 served as evidence of his ability to mobilize his base and wield power. His support of the television star cemented Carlson's status as a leading figure in conservative media. The support sparked a lot of interest and debate and elevated Carlson's profile on a national scale. His legitimacy and influence among conservative audiences were significantly increased. As a result, cementing his position as a prominent voice influencing conservative narratives. The partnership between the two also emphasizes the changing dynamic between politics and the media. where media personalities may significantly impact the direction of political discourse and the formation of public opinion. The partnership sparked a variety of responses and conjectures from all political angles. The endorsement was hailed by Trump and Carlson supporters as a powerful coalition against what they saw as forces hostile to their shared values. Media and political lines are becoming more and more entwined, prompting worries about journalistic ethics and the possible influence on public debate. The partnership sparked discussions about American society's polarization and media figures' impact. Trump and Carlson have both previously been linked to endorsing or indulging conspiracies. The partnership and their rhetoric might encourage conspiracy theories among their different constituencies. Around 15% of Americans, with greater proportions among Republicans, according to a 2021 study by the Public Religion Research Institute. The endorsement may strengthen and validate such opinions, further splintering public dialogue. According to Pew Research Center research, Fox News and other cable news networks significantly influenced public opinion during the 2020 presidential election. Trump's support for Carlson might persuade his supporters and affect how they vote in future elections, highlighting the effect of media figures in the political scene. The endorsement also changed how people consume media. Trump and Carlson supporters frequently gravitate towards conservative media sites that share their political ideologies. In a poll conducted by the Knight Foundation in 2021, 73% of Republicans and independents who lean Republican reported getting their news mostly from sources that reflect their political opinions. This development might result in increased fragmentation and a lack of exposure to many viewpoints. Respected anchor and top Washington reporter Jake Tapper stressed the need to uphold journalistic ethics. Trump's personal assaults on Carlson, he emphasized, were an effort to erode media trust and set a risky precedent for democracy. Similar to how Maddow, a well-known political pundit, criticized Trump's tirade as a distraction strategy intended to divert attention from important concerns. She emphasized the necessity for civil conversation instead of divisive rhetoric in political debates. Trump's outbursts can energize his political base, which is a big asset. Trump emphasizes his outsider status and frames himself as a disruptor, taking on the establishment by publicly criticizing a well-known conservative figure like Tucker Carlson. His followers have typically responded well to the strategy and like his direct manner. Trump changed the conversation topic by staging a public spectacle, effectively manipulating the narrative in his favor. By attacking Tucker Carlson, Trump reaffirmed his reputation as a boss who demands unwavering allegiance. Those who cherish steadfast support and admire a strong, aggressive leader may find this appealing. By expecting loyalty from his friends, Trump aims to increase the size of his base of support and guarantee their steadfast adherence. Conversely, Carlson is very well liked by conservatives, so by targeting him, Trump threatens to alienate some of his supporters. This internal conflict may undermine the conservative movement and make it more difficult to accomplish shared objectives. By attacking a well-known conservative pundit, Trump reinforces the idea that the right-wing media is not exempt from internal strife and personal grudges. Conservative media consumers who depend on these sources for objective reporting and analysis may lose faith in them and regard them as less credible. Trump's tirade at Tucker Carlson made headlines and stirred debate, but also called attention away from important policy issues. Personal assaults and public disputes divert attention from serious policy debates and the country's pressing concerns. This diversion impedes advancement on important policy fronts and impairs the capacity to properly address urgent concerns. Additionally, it shatters Trump's ties to the Republican Party. Internal conflicts can hamper party cohesiveness, make it more difficult to unite around a single cause. This division may result in long-term effects on the party's capacity to mobilize people, win over new followers, and run the country effectively. It sends a message of division and conflict when a prominent person like Trump engages in public assaults against a fellow conservative. Party members and sympathizers would have difficulty backing Trump or other prominent party individuals. The possibility for infighting and party division brought on by this internal disagreement would eventually undermine the party's ability to project a united front to voters. While if party cohesion is harmed, the Republican Party's prospects of winning elections may diminish. A divided party may struggle to attract new supporters because the impression of internal conflict and disarray may be put off potential supporters. It may also discourage party members from cooperating on policies that resolve their personal disputes. The continuous struggle between Trump and Carlson for control and influence within the conservative movement is exemplified by this dispute. Given the ongoing political changes, it is uncertain how this dispute will impact the Republican Party and the conservative media in the long run. Assessing the benefits and drawbacks of any viewpoint in a political discussion is essential. We can only fully understand the possible implications and results of such a fiercely heated fight by considering a range of perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch our other political videos. It'll be critical for both Trump and Carlson's followers to consider the implications of this incident and evaluate its long-term effects on the conservative movement and American politics in general. Click on the video links on your screens to watch how political figures worldwide responded to this matter.